What's going on, guys? So today we're going to talk about a trade that I did and a little experience that I had. So I traded for a game system, or you can read the title, traded for a Game Boy specifically. So let's go ahead and open this case. Came with a couple things, obviously some games, and some interesting accessories I don't think I've ever seen before. So we have this thing, which goes on to the Game Boy. Obviously there it is, Game Boy Color. Alright, bunch of games here. We got an extra little battery pack. Unfortunately, I don't think I can use this because it's rechargeable batteries. I don't have the cable that plugs into there. This thing, I don't think I've ever seen. So this has a huge magnifying glass that obviously, makes your image a lot larger. This plugs into the speaker on the bottom, so you have, more audio and stuff, and cool little joystick, and yeah, pretty interesting. It might be a flashback for some of you guys. I don't think I've ever had that. Then a light, because if you don't know, for anyone who's never played Game Boy, the screen is not backlit, okay? So if the room is kind of dark, you literally can't see anything. All right, so this plugs into the side and actually gives you a little bit of a light. But anyway, long story short, I traded a bunch of different things together, and this is just like an add-on for the trade to kind of up the value. On my side, it was a really nice knife and some really nice flashlights, some high-end flashlights, some real throwers. And on the other side was partial cash. And one of the things that was mentioned was a Game Boy, and the person kind of mentioned it as a joke, like, oh, because I asked, I always, ask people, what else do you have besides knives and gear? I'm into all kinds of things, I have a ton of hobbies, so, whatever you have floating around you're not using, offer it. I just may like it. And kind of joking around, he's like, I have a Game Boy too, but I don't think you're gonna want that. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I will take a Game Boy. I grew up, I was born in 1984. I was mostly a 90s child, all right? So obviously I had a Game Boy, and I loved it. But the reason I'm making this video is first just to say I do trade random odd things for knives and gear and stuff. But I was actually kind of disappointed. And, I know some people are into the vintage game stuff. Actually, my wife loves vintage game things. And this is kind of where the direction I'm going here is, like, she'll play a ton of Game Boy games, but not on a Game Boy. All right, she plays it on the TV, has an app or a program, whatever, I forget. But, she wants to have a throwback and play some Mario Brothers or something. She'll throw it on the big TV, with a nice, comfortable controller. Revisiting an actual Game Boy was really cool for, like, I don't know, a half an hour to an hour. And then it was just kind of a little annoying. And by the way, I'm not saying I'm unhappy with the trade. I am very happy with the trade, and I'll hang on to this for a while, and once in a while I, will kind of break it out and play it, because it is nostalgia for me. But it kind of reminded me that some of these old-time things sucked a little bit. Game Boy is not fun to play compared to what's available today. But again, if you want that throwback, you want that nostalgia, you can still have that with way more comfort and convenience. Trying to, sit by a lamp, and even this thing, causes reflection and stuff. It's just kind of hard to play, but it was a cool little throwback. I want to make the video to ask you guys, do you still play with your old stuff? I mean, this was someone's, gear from middle school, and I thought it was really cool. It was cool that, at least I'll be able to use it now a little bit more. They weren't using it at all. This thing was, obviously they had all kinds of accessories. I don't know if I even remember this thing. I'm sure I had a friend who had one. It's been so long for me. But it was cool. It was a cool blast in the past. You see the Pokemon, he has all the booklets here too underneath the Game Boy. Let's see some of the games here. Anyone curious? We got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Awesome game. I played that for PlayStation or PlayStation 2, I forget. It was very cool. I remember most of the songs from that game. Dragon's Lair, never played it before. Let's see what else we have here. We have The Mask of Zorro, never played that before. F1 Racing, I did play that back in the day. Let's stack these off to the side here so they don't start falling. We have Raw, which is awesome. I don't remember playing that. I didn't own it anyway. Maybe I had a friend who owned it. I might have played it. Just don't remember. Snowtime. Snowtime, yeah. NBA Snowtime. That makes a lot of sense. NBA Showtime. So a basketball game. Don't think I've played that before. Let's see. Blades of Steel, hockey game. I vaguely remember that. Pokemon Red. I did actually play Pokemon a lot on my Game Boy back in the day. It was one of the most fun games I had, besides, you know, the classics like Mario Brothers and stuff. And then A Bug's Life, which I've never played. But anyway, I just thought this would be a kind of cool video. I know there's a lot of popularity of people, you know, different YouTube channels that, you know, talk about old gaming things. My wife loves that stuff, finds it really fascinating. There's a lot of things that, you know, is even older than, obviously, you know, stuff that she played when she was growing up. So, I mean, it's cool. A lot of people are into it, but it's just physically, for me anyway, physically revisiting it, I'm like, yeah, this kind of sucks. I mean, it was so much fun back then, but obviously things progress. It's kind of like if you break out, you know, a 32-inch tube TV. That was really cool when it was new, but now it kind of sucks. And it's funny because this whole thing kind of transitions into a future video I'm going to do about knives that were great this time in history that don't seem so great because there's so many better options now. You know what I mean? So it's not like they're no good anymore, especially with technology. Maybe you have an iPhone 6. Is it as good as an iPhone X or the iPhone 11, whatever? No, but it's still a good phone, you know, and that's just one example of things. Even like go back to the TV. You know, if it's not broken, don't fix it kind of a thing. But obviously as there's advancements in technology and time goes on, there's always better options and cheaper options. It doesn't make those original items bad. It just makes them, you know, less performing, I suppose, than, you know, newer options. But yeah, let me know if you're still rocking a Game Boy. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there. I mean, I had a GameGear. I had a few different systems. PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I haven't really upped my gaming, so to speak. I really do enjoy games. Occasionally I'll like download an app, you know, a game app on my phone. I'll play it for as long as I can until I hit that wall where they want you to obviously start spending some real money to progress in the game, and that's when I delete it and try something else. Yeah, I'm still rocking a PlayStation 3, and like maybe once every 6 months I'll play some GTA 5 or something. I would love to get, you know, a PlayStation 4 in the future. I've seen a lot of stuff, you know, people playing Red Dead. I've mentioned that before. I thought that seemed really cool. I'm sure I can get lost in something like that. I mean, hours and hours and hours of gameplay. But because I don't game all the time, something like that will literally last me like a year or two and have a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. Post down in the comment section below, you know, if you're still playing some of these vintage games. I mean, obviously, it brings back some people's childhood. It's a really fun thing, but, you know, again, for me, I'd probably just rather enjoy modern day games. They're just way cooler, that's all. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.